Hello, welcome to Intro to EFT. I'm Victoria Gonzalez. I will be your host for this video. I am the owner and channeler of Exterior Design, Alchemical Human Design. Today we're going to be discussing emotional freedom technique, where it comes from, what it does, where in the body, and the whys and the hows, and all of the things that our brains find really important. Um, as you can see here, I have a wide variety of certifications. I am a 5-1 sacral generator, and so in true 9-1 form, I love to study, and it has been a life's work to do this. I have studied all over the world with a whole bunch of different mediums and have really gravitated towards EFT, neurolinguistic programming, yoga, Reiki. Human design is something that I am so incredibly passionate about. And then blending that with all of these different esoteric mediums that we find from all over the world to make it into something palatable and something easy to understand so that it will enable you to have well being, including myself. That has been such a blessing. So let's jump right in. What is EFT? EFT is emotional freedom technique. It was developed in the 1990s by a gentleman named Gary Craig. And since then, it has been modulated and reformatted over and over again because we're discovering how incredible this tool is and all of the different ways that it can be practiced. So, EFT is a technique that involves tapping on acupressure points. Acupressure points are commonly found in traditional Chinese medicine. They're where you would get acupuncture, right? If you've ever seen someone with like a bunch of needles in them, those are very strategic where they're putting those, and they're connected to your internal systems, which is so incredibly profound if you think about that. And they've known this for hundreds, if not thousands of years, that this exists within the human body. And so, what we do is we tap them. And what that does is it not only awakens the chi energy, it also stimulates it, it also helps unclog it. There are so many incredible, profound benefits from practicing this. And it's very non invasive, it's incredibly good for your nervous system, and it really helps get rid of any range of issues that you may have going on in your body. This is such a tailoring practice that it's palatable for anybody. So, what are your meridians? You hear that word, and perhaps I think of meridian as a road here where I live. But they are invisible energy pathways that we have within our body. And as you can see in this graphic, it's showing you all of the different places where it has been measured that we have meridians, whether it be for your stomach, your spleen, your lungs, your liver, your heart. You have these activation points that go up and down the very center. But then we also have dual places on our body. Our body mirrors itself. And those are all carrying chi energy, vital energy. It's really incredible. So, this is a basic map of where they are on the body. As you can see, there's a lot going on in this visual. But the main thing that I do want to point out, which I've already mentioned, is that everything is dual. So, we have this central line called the conception vessel or the governing vessel, which really starts here, which is where our crown chakra connects with the universe. And then everything from there breaks off into pairs. Not even really a pair is probably not the best way to put it, but it has a balanced energy to it. But what can be really fascinating is that one side can be open and flowing, and the other side can be stagnant or need a little bit of love. And so as we're tapping, we have the opportunity to tap with one hand or both hands or just this hand. You can do this or you can just do this. And what I would always recommend is to let it be intuitive. So as we're going through videos together, if you find yourself thinking, I really just want to do this with my right hand right here, listen to that gut reaction. That's your body communicating with you as to what it needs. So when you begin to understand the concept of this, you begin to understand the relationship of your own energy. And you can really find that once you begin tapping on these, it is so subtle, it is so gentle, but the ripple effects of that are profound. So, key takeaways from here: chi flow. You'll also hear it called prana. You'll also hear it called life force. There's a whole bunch of different reflections of what it actually is. And that's just the idea that, and the understanding that a smooth and balanced flow of chi through the meridians is essential for your health and for your well being and for your mental health, most importantly. And we have these acupressure points, and they are all over the body, as you saw on the previous diagram. And when we begin to tap into them, we can stimulate the flow of this chi, and we can begin to allow our body to open itself up, to naturally heal itself. This is not to say that you don't need to be observed by a doctor. It does not mean that this overtakes Western medicine. As we all understand, we have to say that. But what it does is it treats it on a subtler level. It treats your parasympathetic nervous system so that it can get back into a happy regulation rather than being on an overstimulated regulation, where it's like, I'm in fight or flight or freeze, which is how a lot of us live our everyday lives. But when we tap on these acupressure points, we're letting our body and our brain know that we're safe and that we're protected. And that automatically can trip us back into our parasympathetic, where our immune system starts getting taken care of. Our body goes into a state of restoration, and we start producing a whole bunch of different kinds of hormones that actually help us live a more well-balanced and calm life. EFT is a powerful tool. It is meant to be practiced. There is no perfection. In life, there really is no perfection, right? I think we've all noticed that. And it will take time. It will take consistent practice and engagement to see the results and to really feel them because they are so very subtle. One of the things I have always equated EFT with is a drop of water on a rock. If you can just think about that for a second. A drop of water falling onto rock. At first, it just rolls off. But the more that it hits that rock, it starts to find a way through. And eventually, the water is able to create a pathway through the rock. And it perhaps will destabilize the rock, or it perhaps creates a flow. So it invites other energy through as well. And if you can think of that when you're practicing EFT, of like, I am the water beating on the rock, it will really help your brain understand that this is not a quick fix. This is not, instant gratification. Although I personally feel like the results of it can be felt almost immediately. But for some of us, depending on what we're made up of, where we've come from, it can take a little bit more practice. And there will be plenty of videos for you to do that on here. I just wanted to give you a baseline of where we are. So thank you so much for joining. It has been such an honor that you have chosen to watch this and to be here with me. I am on this journey as well with you. I would love your feedback. So please feel free to leave any in the comments. If you are interested in having an alchemical human design reading, or to have a session with me where we will curate a script or an algorithm for you and your body, please reach out. I am happy to take bookings. I have a website set up. Just click it, and we'll talk to you later. Be well.